It seems to me that someone puts a paintbrush in my hands. He is really happy. These are Ukrainian people who work very hard and a lot.
I started painting for the first time in kindergarten. My teachers told my parents that I was somewhat different from other children. This young artist is the winner of many prestigious Ukrainian and international competitions, owner of the status The Most Creative Child 2015, according to the version Dyvo-Dytyna contest, Wonder Child contest. I use as much paints as I need, or even sometimes more than I need. My palettes are always full of colors. He is already well known among famous Ukrainian artists, who are his colleagues. I made a paintbrush for myself, so that I could look at the painting from a distance and not lose every moment. This way it is much more convenient. He never knows what will be the final result of the work. It is as if some unknown force is taking him by the hand and helping him to paint. It is actually the colors that tell me what to do on the canvas. 15-year-old Pavlo SHACHKO from the Ternopil Oblast can be called a shining star of the art community of Ukraine. Famous experienced artists consider him their colleague, as he already had several personal exhibitions and victories in prestigious competitions. He started to show his incredible ability and talent in his early childhood. In kindergarten, his teacher told us that Pavlo's drawings differed from others. So we decided to pay a visit to the School of Folk Crafts in the city of Ternopil. It is especially focused on preschool children. We had an opportunity to send him to school for 2 years. Pavlo's parents decided to develop his talent more, and at the age of 8, they took him to the School of Arts. It was a completely different level and a serious approach to the studying process. We took his works and met with the school director. We wanted our son to study in the School of Art. The director asked about Pavlo's age and wasn't satisfied. This school is for older students. After a while, he asked to show our son's works. We decided to leave the school, but the principal asked us to stay for a while. We couldn't stay for exams, as we had previously bought tickets to go on vacation by the sea. That's how Pablo became a student of the School of Arts. At school, Pablo studied not just in accordance to the standard program. Showing an incredible talent for selecting shades and colors, he had the opportunity to create and express himself. As Pablo Picasso said, painting is a blind man's profession. He paints not what he sees, but what he feels. This is for sure what is characteristic about Pablo, because I didn't have such children during my 22 years of experience in art school. By that time, I didn't have such students, and during those 5 years when Pablo studied, and even now, I don't have them, unfortunately. He has a natural sense of color. This is difficult to teach. He feels the color and feels the composition. By the way, he has a great fantasy, and this is one of the main things in our work as artists. Like many talented children, Pablo has his own team that supports, guides and protects. It is his teacher in art school, honored artist of Ukraine, Mykola Dmytruk. By the way, he still remains a friend and mentor of talented Pablo.
It surprised me that he seems to have grown up here. This 9-year-old boy was so responsible and stood out among other children, despite the fact that he was the youngest in the class.
Всі решта діти були старші, але найменше проблем було з ним. Але найбільше віддачі було для нього, тому що він її потребував.
His class teacher at school, HALYNA DVORAK, does everything possible for the young artist to participate in different competitions during school hours. There are many paintings in his portfolio. Pablo presented me a picture which is now in the kitchen. He paints ships, sails, the sea and landscapes of Venice, though he was never there. He depicts, he sees and feels with his young heart and soul what the painting should look like. Of course, Pablo's parents, who have no doubt in his talent, are also on his team.
Батьки не такі, як в більшості.
His parents are not like others. They were present at every lesson, didn't wait for him in the car or somewhere else.
За школою, і там Павло прийде.
They were always in class and were interested in the studying process.
Вони завжди були в мене. Вони завжди їх цікавило, хоча вони не художники, їх цікавило.
Although they are not artists, they were interested in what their son painted and his achievements.
Так що він щасливий.
Вони прикладають максимум зусиль для розвитку його творчості.
They saw firsthand that Pablo is thrilled by what he creates and is very dedicated to his works of art. They make efforts to develop his talent. They are people with a great soul and kind heart. They support him both materially and morally. This Ukrainian family works together as one team in order to support and develop Pablo's creative skills. Picasso said that an artist is a receptacle for emotions that come from all over the place, from the sky, from the earth, from a scrap of paper, from a passing shape. Our young artist never paints without inspiration, and emotions are his main driving force. When I paint, I get the impression that someone is holding my hand with a brush, so I don't know yet what it is. The idea is one, but the picture turns out quite different than I intended or imagined. If you paint without inspiration, then nothing will come of it. The landscape I see can inspire. There is nature, the city, or something else. Usually, Pablo spends very little time painting one picture. It is important for him not to lose that moment of inspiration and express his emotions on the canvas until the appropriate mood has passed. Painting one picture can take me 2, 3, 4 hours. It depends on its size. I can paint over the canvas the next day and start again or paint a new picture on the canvas. It is better if painting a picture takes me only one day. Sometimes I spend a maximum of 2 days to create one work. I use spatulas, brushes, and sometimes I paint my works with my fingers. Most often I paint with a brush and spatula. My picture, The Night, is painted with fingers. It took me only 2 hours. I painted it in a very short time. There was a period in his life when he painted nothing. He said maybe I should paint something. Nothing worked out for him, and he believed that this hobby was only a waste of canvas and paints. Pablo's parents do not interfere in his creative work. They can only advise him what picture he should send to the competition, help him with organizational issues, and provide the materials. Not long ago, it was like this. Pablo paints and his mother cleans up after him because he's exhausted. He can start the picture and finish it on the same day. I paint my pictures here in this room and sometimes outdoors when there is warm weather. But it is better to do this at home because it is calm there. And when I see that he's so tired, I put all of his things in order because if I do not help him, he will be discouraged from painting. The same goes with the competitions. The child painted pictures, but he must submit information about himself, send a package of documents, and register for the participation in the competition. It is simply an impossible task for him. He needs to focus on painting. The young painter Pablo SHACHKO, who seems to devote all his free time to painting, also finds time for other forms of entertainment or hobbies. It seems to me that he likes football even more than painting.
Він грає футбол за школу.
He plays football for his school. He already plays for the village football team, although a football player must be no younger than 16 though, but he's only 15. Pasha also likes fishing. We can get up at 1 a.m. or 3 to 4 in the morning and go to the lake to fish. Sometimes we spend 5 to 6 hours there.
Рибачимо там годин 5-6.
Pablo was born in a friendly family which values and respects traditions. Every Sunday, the family goes to a church where Pablo works as an altar boy. Perhaps this is the reason why he started painting icons. Moreover, he does this intuitively. I simply wanted to try my hand at something new. I looked at the icons of outstanding painters and tried to paint something for myself, although I do not know if this is correct or not. I would say this is some sort of improvisation. He never learned to paint faces, so we were anxious how he would paint an icon. We thought he had to be taught how to do it, but he mastered this technique on his own.
Сам перейшов до облич і почав малювати.
В один момент він починає малювати ікони.
At one moment he started to paint icons. We were very surprised because he painted them one after another. One day I noticed earphones in his ears. What's he listening to, I thought. I asked him, Pablo, what are you listening to? Are you painting and listening to music simultaneously? I was listening to chants from the monastery. They helped me to concentrate and relax while painting. Pablo has already received an order to paint 27 icons for the church under construction. In its turn, the church promised the young painter to arrange his personal exhibition in Italy and France. Stendhal said, the main thing is not to learn how to paint, but to learn how to think. Our hero can't imagine his life without bright paints, brushes, and canvas. He reads about outstanding artists, likes works by Vincent van Gogh, Anatoly Krivolov, and Mark Rothko. Pasha is interested in new techniques and even invents his own methods of painting. Pablo is currently working on a picture in the size of 2 by 2 meters. I got the idea to stick on strips of carpet on a picture. These strips of carpet were in my room. They lay there during the whole winter, and in the spring I got the idea to gather them and create something from them. If Pablo plans to do something, he will obviously go to the end, because he has such a character. He is very persistent. If he wants to achieve something, he pursues his goal for certain. Pablo is an extraordinary child. On the one hand, he is calm and a reticent person, but on the other hand, he has a rich inner world, and he tries to convey this world and reality on canvas with the help of paints. On the one hand, he is very kind, but on the other hand, he has true grit. He always sticks to his own opinion. He will never allow to be led by someone else. Daring and talented, brave and restless, independent and happy, they are our future. They're the future of Ukraine.